It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Dan?
What?
Dan.
He's not here.
I know, but that's how I start the weekend observations.
Maybe address someone else?
No.
Nah.
Don't change it.
Thank you. Dan! We wait for it every year. From January to August. Sure, we go on with our lives, but we're always thinking about it. Well, Dan, think no more. Because this past weekend, there were players, none of which I knew, on fields playing the game that we love. And Dan, just like that, college football is back. Speaking of back, Chip Kelly? So question. We'll find out more this weekend. How about that? A find out more this weekend game for Chip Kelly. Teddy Bridgewater over Drew Lock. Does anyone play it closer to the vest than Vic Fangio? Fangs. You know what the V in Vic stands for? Vest. What happened? Mike, you were agreeing with me? No one plays it closer to the vest than Vic Fangio?
No one on the planet.
Thank you. It helps when I'm doing the weekend observations by myself, talking to a guy named Dan who's not here. We should just get any Dan on when Dan's not here.
Do you want one of us to role play the role of Dan, where we go,
Whatever.
I'd like that.
what does the P, what does the V in Vic Fangio stand for?
Yeah. Okay, Whitty, you do the Dan thing. Okay.
All right.
We'll try this.
Best. At times, it feels like the only two people playing soccer are Ronaldo and Messi. Name another soccer player. Not you, Whittingham. Not you, Mike. Anyone. Anyone but you two.
I like my chances. All right. Anyone not Chris or Mike. Name another soccer player.
Christian Pulisic.
Love it. It's Pulisic.
No, it's
Megan
Pulisic.
Rapinoe.
Pulisic is wrong.
Jordan Pickford.
He wants to pronounce Pulisic.
Weston McKennie.
He's Pulisic.
Pulisic, right?
It's not Pew. Pulisic.
Christian Press.
We've asked him how he likes it pronounced.
Apparently everyone
Alex
can name
Morgan.
another soccer player. But it does feel like it's Messi and Ronaldo,
No,
right?
Kylian Mbappe, Robert Lewandowski, Erling
Lewandowski.
Haaland.
Dembele.
Let me ask you. Sam Darnold. 19 to 25. 182 yards. 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Passer rating. 119.1. I hate them. He's going to be so good. Zach Wilson, according to Pro Football Focus, amongst rookie quarterbacks, is number 1 in passer rating when under pressure and number 1 in passer rating out of a clean pocket. We're doomed. PFF. He's also number 1 in one of my main metrics. OOT LIOFY. Out of the league inside of 5 years. It feels like Joshua Dobbs has been the Steeler backup forever. Like he's been there longer than Ben.
This is his second tour of duty with the Steelers.
Is it really?
Yeah,
It
he,
is.
he got traded to Jacksonville.
No
low-key.
way.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a serial truth teller. I tell you how it is, even if it makes you uncomfortable. So here's an uncomfortable truth for you. Anthony Taylor has a clear and obvious bias against the Chelsea Football Club.
Bang on.
Oh,
Thank you.
I mean,
I felt good about that
come
one when I was
on.
writing it. Yeah.
How many more instances are we going to have to suffer?
of correct decisions.
No, of correct decisions. Did you see the handball by Emi Martinez in the FA Cup final? Did you?
It was just outside of the penalty.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you? No, you didn't, because it didn't go to VAR. He did go to VAR against Chelsea for a still 2 seconds.
Right.
That's what that's. He might have cost Chelsea the league.
To make the correct decision.
No, it wasn't. No, it went off Reece James's thigh. You can't tell me in 10.5 seconds when you're 2 feet away. Who are you?
There is no intent to the handball law, Mike.
He didn't. It didn't go off his hand at first. It went off his body.
I know, but then he swung at it. It's a
He didn't
handball.
swing at it.
It's a handball.
He didn't swing at it. It's not a handball. It's a pen, but not a red.
If it's
Never
a pen,
red.
then it's denial of a goal scoring opportunity, which means it's a red.
Clear and obvious, and it can't be clear and obvious if it bounces off your thigh first.
That's fair. Clear and obvious bias. I'm with Mike on this, but I wrote the observation, so of course I am.
Not the first time with his Anthony Taylor.
Ridiculous.
Every single time. Someone should look into that.
Carmelo Anthony said he never wanted to leave the Nuggets. Cute. You guys were supposed to laugh there. Thank you. Well, no, you're supposed to laugh after I said it. It was supposed to be in the room. I was going to rub the laughter.
Start
I put that in
the-
parentheses.
Yeah, you could. How about you start the laughter, because a lot of people don't have your script, Stugotz.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
fair.
tell us
That's
ahead of
fair.
time.
That's fair. That's
I was
fair.
also eating my
Yeah.
oatmeal. So
That's on me. Sorry.
All right,
Could've
go ahead.
produced it.
Do it again.
All right, so after I say the word Nuggets, we all laugh.
Okay.
Carmelo,
He took a sip out of his soda, everybody.
I had a stroke all at the same time.
He was drinking a soda.
Carmelo Anthony said he never wanted to leave the Nuggets. Well done. Cute. Melo. The C in Carmelo stands for cute. Philadelphia Eagles. If you believe in Jalen Hurts, you sure have a strange way of showing it. Saratoga Performing Arts Center. Top 5 concert venue in America. SPAC. Number 5. Laguna Racetrack. Number 4. SPAC. Number 3. Alpine Valley. Number 2. Shoreline Amphitheater. And number 1. Red Rocks. Oh, I love that place. The Seahawks have a couple of pain in the asses playing safety for them. How about that? Couple pain in the asses cutting it up. Boston Scott is a baller. An annual tradition unlike any other. The Louisville basketball program getting in trouble.
Louisville.
Sorry. The V in Vrabel stands for variant. Wayne Gallman is a Niner. Mike Glennon is a Giant. Matt Breida is a Bill. So is Emmanuel Sanders. Amir Abdullah, a Viking. Jerick McKinnon is a Chief. Carlos Hyde, a Jaguar. So is Philip Dorsett. Brian Hoyer, still a Patriot. And Ndamukong Suh has joined everyone in Tampa on the COVID-19 list. There has been a Martinez playing quarterback at Nebraska for over a decade. The Huskers, a canceled meeting, a top 5 underrated feeling. You guys agree with that?
what are your top 5 feelings, Stugotz?
Underrated feelings.
Underrated feelings.
Thank you. Chris was supposed to do that, I thought, right?
He's slacking right now.
He is. He's upset about the Anthony Taylor thing. Number 5. Canceled meeting. Number 4. The first sip of a fountain Coke when you really need it. What's the matter, Woody?
It's a great shout.
Thank you.
Great shout. In particular, Chili's is great Coke.
Really?
Coca-Cola.
Fountain soda.
Yeah.
Pizza
Thank you
Parley.
for the clarification, Woody.
Yes. Number 3, shooting the gap on a highway. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you nail it perfectly, you're shooting the gap, you go lane
dangerous
to lane.
game.
It is-
Dangerous
yeah,
game.
Oh, I know you play it often though. Number 2, waking up and realizing you aren't as hungover as you thought you would be.
Wow.
That's a great one.
Really good.
Solid, right?
Is that better than waking up thinking you have to go to work than realizing it's Saturday?
Oh, wow.
I feel like that's properly rated.
Oh.
The only time it works out where I'm not as hungover as I thought I'd be, it's because I'm still technically drunk.
It usually involves Advil.
Right, before you go to bed, right?
Don't do that though. That's bad for you.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's apparently bad for you. So only do it when you think it's a really bad hangover.
You know what's also bad for you? Drinking.
There's that. The 85 beers I'm having at Alabama, Miami. Probably not the best thing for me.
But the Advil's going
But
to
the
set you over the
Advil
edge.
afterwards,
Yes.
don't do that.
That's what you're worried about?
Don't do that.
Okay.
You wait till the next morning. Let's not get crazy.
All right. Number 1, taking your socks off after a really long day. Oh, delightful.
But we got to get more detailed with this. It is kind of gross, but you got to put your fingers in between your toes.
You do.
Really let
Yeah,
the feet
we
wake
do.
up.
Let
Like
it-
really
yeah.
let the feet wake up.
What?
Oh,
Gross.
okay. I'm the only one here that touches my foot when I take
Oh,
socks
you're
off.
actually right.
Thank
You're
you,
right.
Chris Whittingham.
It allows it to breathe. You
Yeah,
gotta wash
you
your
gotta-
hands afterwards.
Yes.
but
You
it
caress
allows
your
allows your
toes
toes to
after a
breathe.
long
I wouldn't
day?
call it a
Yeah.
caress. I would call it just a letting the toes breathe.
I once did that and a flap of skin came off.
But it's nice to do to your toes. They've been stuck
No.
inside your socks and
No.
your shoes all
No.
day.
I guess
Funny.
you don't. I guess you guys are right. You don't need your hand. Maybe you could just like twinkle your toes a little.
I looked inside in between two toes once after a soccer game. I'm pretty sure I saw bone. Don't go there.
Sometimes you get the little pieces of sock in between
Little
your toes.
links,
You gotta
yeah,
get them
little
out of there.
links.
Come on,
Yeah.
I love how you guys just made me feel like I'm a monster because I touched my own feet. The
It's
looks I
just
got in
'cause-
here. The looks that I got in
We
here.
were talking about after a long day when your feet are sweaty.
You know,
and
sometimes it's
gross,
not always
and
pretty.
You
It's
just
not
take
always
your
pretty.
hands and get in there.
You shower after. I'm just saying, you don't really home from work until you play with your toes.
The visual of you taking off your socks,
Put that on the poll, please. Are you home from
Wiggling
work
your toes.
until you play with your toes?
cracking your fingers, maybe.
I love a good crack of the fingers.
I've got your feet up on a pillow somewhere, and you're just getting in there, grossing me out.
By the way, person, don't tell me it's bad for me to crack my knuckles, okay? I'm gonna crack my knuckles regardless.
Chris, an underrated feeling.
I
Chris,
feel like Witty's a guy that's like, you shouldn't do that. It's bad for your knuckles.
It's only because I don't know how.
Chris, you've had athlete's foot before. I'm certain.
I
of
have
it.
not, actually.
Really?
I don't even know what it looks like, so I don't think I've
Has
had it.
anyone had it?
Wasn't there like a run when I first started watching ESPN? There was a run on Athlete's Foot commercials. Athlete's Foot was a massive problem in 2004, and now you don't see a commercial for Lotrimin anymore, whatever that
With the
company was
graphic
called.
of someone's like big toe thriving,
Right,
like
and-
throbbing.
I think it's
Right.
Tenactin.
Yeah.
Right?
Tenactin, yes.
Tough actin, Tenactin.
Boom.
Yeah.
You don't
Boom,
s-
tough act.
You don't see
Yeah.
commercials about Athlete's Foot anymore.
Well,
Did we cure Athlete's Foot?
No, most certainly not. It's why I don't put my fingers in between my toes.
I only bring it up because of this. When you do have athlete's foot and you need to itch and you take the sock off and you finally get in between those toes, it is perhaps the greatest feeling in the history of feelings.
Hello.
Yep. 45-0. Fresno State over UConn.
How'd you pronounce that?
45-0.
No. You put an extra syllable in Fresno.
Fresno State.
You said Fresno.
Did I?
Yeah. You did.
Fresno?
Yeah.
Fresno State.
I've caught on that. That's one of your things. Fresno.
Fresno State
There you go.
over UConn. You know what Fresno did, Dan?
What did they do?
Thank you. You stink as Dan. What again? They pitched a shutout. The Bulldogs. Are they the Bulldogs?
Yeah. Do they still put the V on the back of their helmets? Confused the living daylights out of me every time I saw that. Why do they have a V there? Apparently it's the V for Silicon Valley.
How does Scott Frost still have a job? Shaq Lawson is the hot potato of defensive linemen. The ESPN scroll has been devalued when what comes across it is that Steve Sarkisian just isn't ready to name the Texas starting quarterback yet. Only big news and scores, please.
No, I'm the other way on that.
Really?
I know where to find all the scores. I don't need to go to the bottom line for that. Give me that tidbit because this is me now learning that they've got a decision to make ahead of the Raging Cajuns.
I saw a bad one this weekend. It was like LSU has agreed to play this team in 2024. I was
Love
like,
that.
this does not need to be here.
It's not worthy.
No. Give me news that I can't find on my phone.
Yeah, but you need to know that you need to see it across your screen that Sark can't decide who his quarterback's going to be.
Might be firing
just
up the
not
old
ready yet?
DraftKings on the Raging Cajuns.
I also learned right there that Sark was the new Texas head coach. How about that?
I forgot.
Oh my
it.
God.
I had no idea.
I think the bottom line in general is irrelevant now that we have the internet.
No, because it exists to bring you stories that you wouldn't look up on your own, to Mike's point.
That's what Twitter's for. Everything I see on Twitter, I wouldn't know on my own.
You don't follow tennis news. Right now, there's a story about Novak Djokovic and his incredible year right now, and he's going for the single-year Grand Slam. I forgot about that briefly.
That's right.
Thank you for welcoming that. And coincidentally, a way to promote the U.S. Open coming up on ESPN.
My complaint about the ticker.
That field's really opened up for
I
him.
could have read that on Twitter.
My complaint about the ticker is that when it first began at 28.50, remember 28.58 with the bottom line on ESPN?
Yes.
They used to be able to get all the way to the end. Now I don't feel like I'm ever seeing the beginning, middle, and end of the ticker. It is just
There's no end.
There's 240 things that come across the scroll over the course of an hour. You're never going to see all of them.
I think when it resets, there's still a thing that comes across, like an ESPN ticker headline, something like that comes across, and that's how you know you've reset it.
When I was little, I would, if I couldn't call sports phone to find the score of a game,
We did that once upon a time. We actually called the phone, paid for it, and called a number, and they gave us the sports news.
Yeah, there was a phone number.
Yes.
This was 20 years ago.
Sports phone.
As recent as 20 years ago.
What?
Yes.
There was
Sports
a number.
phone.
Yeah, sports phone. I would just wait till they got to the San Jose State Fresno game.
Yes.
I'd be like, all right, covered.
Wait, and it wasn't even on demand? Like you couldn't tell them what score you wanted? You had to listen to all of them?
No, I waited for all of them.
Yeah.
Major League.
It was a
Major
recording.
League Baseball. Milwaukee, 8. Cleveland. This is back when I guess
How
they were in
old
the
are you,
AL.
Mike? Aren't you our age?
Yeah, but I was gambling that young.
Yeah, but
But when I wasn't calling sports phone, I would tune to ESPN2 because they were the only network with the bottom line at the time, and I would just come on, give me NHL. I see it off in the distance. I'll be ready in 10 minutes. Got to find out Blackhawks Blues.
right, but it's still like 5 blocks away, right?
Yeah.
Because they used to line it up that way, right?
Waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yes.
To see if the Expos could get the rubber match.
You think sports phones still exist?
What happens
I
if you call
wonder.
that? Because there's this number that if you call, you still get a Hall & Oates song. I wonder who's paying the bill
What
on
Hall
these.
& Oates song did you have? Do you remember?
Here, I'll get you the number right now.
Okay.
I'll call it.
We'll try calling it.
Well, I got to do the beep. Someone else call the Hall & Oates number.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence. Justin Fields. Uh-huh. Reed Sinnett. How am I doing? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.